And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 30, past the 20, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 82 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. This one caught by Crowder. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Third and long for Bridgewater. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that's caught by Beasley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
It's coming now.
They'll give to Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They go play action here on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hurns, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They go play action. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. The decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line.
Here you go. Here you go.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get wide, man. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Throw right side, caught by Davis. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
36. Go Delta. Go Delta. Hey. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
First down, Bridgewater. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Here we go. 5 down.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Forced out to his left. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Bridgewater on first down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. To Shepard, complete over the middle. A yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing. Prescott. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
It's coming now.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Hey, on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. First down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott from the gun on third. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
A deep ball for Dotson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, Smith. Going up top. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Hey, slot. Line, AD. Hey, back up. You. No, right. Hey, slot. Good list. Orange, 15.
To throw on second down is Smith. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On third down, it's Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Play action. It's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Rip. You guys go slot. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Liz. Regular. Liz. Let's go. 15. Slot.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, go down. Liz. 52. 35. 15.
They'll run here with Bernard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Let's go. 15.
Throwing is Smith. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Get out.
Play action now. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Prescott now. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Zach Brown not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A second down throw for Prescott. This will complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, let's roll. 15, yeah. Hey, Liz, 15, yeah.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
15.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
To throw is Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now Bernard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. On the move to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
15. Orange. Hey, lock in. I'm here all day.
Smith on third down. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here you go.
Now Prescott. Being chased out left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. They have the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Yellow.
Here's Bernard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Smith, blitz coming, and down he goes. Sean Lee in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, on. Liz.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And this one through the uprights and good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
47, 47, 26, 26.
They go to Elliott again. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Settle down, huh? Hey, on.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, back up. 12.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Let's go. 15.
From the red zone now, Smith. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
26.
Throwing here, Prescott looking for Shepard deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the interception, here's Smith. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Liz. Yeah, 52. Rip Liz.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Orange. Hey, 35.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go, 15.
Smith throwing again. On the screen, Bernard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field.
But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Dallas, they remain one of the hottest